Hello!
Good evening!
Hello, YouTube. Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
And together we are
Those Vegan Guys.
And we're wearing our fancy merch t-shirts.
As is often the case.
Always the case. And we've got lots of fancy folk already here. Loads, in fact.
What's that?
It looks to be an ad. There's an ad at the beginning of our video. How dare they? Start the damn video. We're already live.
There we go.
There we are.
There we go.
We are live. Hello, everyone.
How is everybody this fine evening?
Let's lower that a little bit.
Yes. Good shout, mister. Good
Yeah.
shout. How's your life? How's your world? Thank you for joining us.
We're about to have a coffee.
It's almost becoming a tradition now, isn't it? Coffee and a mint. Decaf coffee and a mint.
We had a beautiful dinner tonight, guys. I shall tell you very briefly. Well, for those of you following my health journey, I've started to vlog video my meals again this evening. We had the mini quiches, gorgeous. I made them yesterday. We had mini quiches, we had a beautiful salad, and we had a coleslaw, homemade coleslaw of carrot, courgette and onion with homemade mayonnaise. This time I used medium tofu, a bit more Dijon mustard, the juice of about half a lemon, and maybe a half teaspoon of salt. It was gorgeous. Still got a lot left.
You absolutely smashed it, didn't you?
Mm.
I mean, it's the same. I think it's with anything when you're trying something new and you kind of replicate something that's store-bought, but you're producing it at home. It's going to be a bit of trial and error to begin with to get it to your exact sort of what your taste buds are used to.
I'll show you.
Whilst he's getting that, I'll give a quick shout out, but straight off the bat, I will say thank you to Lucy Hill for the super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lucy.
Lucy says, I'm ready to get some answers wrong.
Homemade mayonnaise, but I don't know if you can see it because of this, but that is homemade mayonnaise.
You can kind of see it.
Kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's mayonnaise, isn't it? It's not going to set fireworks off, is it? But when all said and done, it was blooming lovely. So quick shout outs and hellos to those who are already here and joined us. 67 watching. Give us a like if you know us already.
69, dude!
Hi to Michelle, hi to Michael, to Angie, Julie, Can't Stop Lion, Linda, That Vegan Chick, Pauline, Angie, Kelly, Marcus, Denise, Ekaterina, AM Claire, Cycling with Ross, Felicia, Hedge Rider, of course, Daniel Forrester, Vegan Brit, Jill, Stephanie. I think I've got most. The Flexi Vegan, Alice, Johnny the Legs, May Parcels,
May Martine,
Mocha,
Hench. You're right, dude.
Sarah, Les Wills, I think Chloe, Johnny Chaos. I think I've got everyone. Mundo Magico, always as known as. Thank you everyone for joining us this fine evening.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Quizmaster Jason has prepared many questions again, and I am very prepared to be his glamorous assistant.
I love that you're my glamorous assistant.
But we'll leave it at 5 minutes and then we'll get the quiz over and done with. And then if any of you have any questions afterwards, we'll be more than happy to answer them. We always like to answer them on lives rather than in comments because it gives you
John Chambers. The video you're watching went viral overnight.
I don't know why it's doing that. I'm so sorry.
I don't know why you're doing everything you're doing right now instead of just turning it off.
My phone reminded me that we were live and I accidentally clicked on it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Amateur.
Damn fool.
Amateur moment.
Lost completely where I was then.
I'm so sorry.
Put your phone on mute.
It's on mute now.
Right.
Yeah. But obviously I have to have the volume up for the quiz. Of course.
Yeah, but you can turn off your connection.
Oh, I don't know whether it'll work with the app. I've not tried that.
Oh, right. It's an app.
Oh, yeah, it should do, shouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. Whatever I was saying, it's gone. So I do apologise.
You was talking about we answer questions in our lives.
We prefer to answer them on lives because then other people can access the answers instead of it just being. Yeah. Oh, and can I say this, please? If you watch one of our videos, before you offer me a tip on something, comment on the video. Starting to do my head in. People watch a video and they don't comment anything to do with the video. Why don't you try this? Didn't ask you. You know that thing I'm always saying about listen to receive, not respond. I can see people sat there thinking, oh, I've thought of this that I want to say now, so as soon as this video's over, I'm going to say it. I think you should do this.
Thankfully, it's
it gets
minority.
a bit condescending. Just now and again, it gets a bit condescending, and I'm like, right, I don't feel the need that I have to explain to you why I'm not doing that. But, you know, so, yeah, we'll leave that one there. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say it bothered me. It bothers me. That's there for a reason. Is that it's oh
Yes.
yeah, it's there for me to clip my glamorous assistant hairpiece on, so it stays on.
Leanne says, I watch videos with the comments open and write a paragraph as the video plays out, lol.
I enjoy that because
Nice.
at least you're commenting on the video. And then if you ended a post like that with a tip or something you think I should do or something you think I'm doing wrong, I'd be fine because it's clear you've watched the video. But when the comment starts with, why don't you do this? You should do this. Try this. I do this. It's great. I'm like, oh, you haven't commented on anything in the video at all.
It's a bit much.
Ooh, it's like you haven't watched it, or like you just wanted to say a thing. But humans are like that, and because I do it constantly, like question myself.
Check yourself.
Why do I want to say that? I'm eager to say it because it's something I know and I think they don't, and I hold back from doing that. I think other people should do the same. We're all trying to solve everybody else's problems while we're all fucked up ourselves. True though.
Imagine that. Sophia, you should very much watch our last or next to last vlog that we did about our baked vegan gluten-free donuts, and you'll find out all about the wonderful poo song.
Oh.
It's a classic. It's an absolute classic, but you've got to wait right to the end. It's quite near the end, but it's well worth the wait.
It should have been longer.
It could have been longer, to be fair, couldn't it?
Yeah, I do hold back.
Lucy says, I kept watching the Donut Poo song again. I was creased. Nice.
Those things just fall out of my mouth.
Oh,
Not
dear.
poos.
Yeah, and a quick follow-up on that. Sophia says, right after this live, I'm going to look for the Donut Poo song.
You'll enjoy it.
Excellent stuff. So yeah, how is everyone doing? Before we crack on, we're going to get into the quiz. So yeah, just, you know, how is everyone doing? Are we getting on? Are we keeping our spirits up? Are we coping? There seems like an awful lot going on at the moment. I've kind of alluded to the fact that in our vlogs and in my personal life, having to very carefully balance being proactive online, having a voice, and also pulling back when I need to pull back, taking time out, finding escapism. How's everyone doing? You know?
Oh, we've already got a dislike. I hope whoever you are, you're having a nice wank now.
Excellent.
I'll give a dislike.
Oh dear. I nearly said something about a filthy chubby then, and I'm glad that I second guessed myself and engaged my brain before my mouth.
I've had to change my emotional situation before we came on here because we've just watched. I don't know if anyone's been watching the Reunited Apart series.
Josh Gad.
Josh Gad, who's the voice of Olaf
in Frozen.
who's a lovely guy, has been doing these Zoom reunited apart things.
Oh, Martine.
Thank you, Martine, my darling.
Thank you for the super chat.
Reunited apart with movies, and tonight it was Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Amazing. Emotional.
Very.
Really, really good, and kind of reminds you just how amazing the film is, and of course...
How amazing John Hughes was.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So, yeah, quick recommendation from us both. All of the Josh Gad Reunited Apart series, I think there's 6 or possibly 7 of them.
Yes.
On YouTube.
And they're brilliant.
Well
they're
worth
brilliant.
checking out. The
they're
one
really good.
prior to Ferris Bueller was Ghostbusters, bringing the cast of Ghostbusters back together. They did the Goonies. I think that was the first one.
That memorable.
So many great. Just seeing the cast of classic films that you know and love brought back together on Zoom, chatting, really funny, really heartwarming. Check it out.
Right.
Okay.
Quiz time.
So, should we just do a little precursor?
Shall I get ready first?
You get ready first, yeah. I will give people the rundown. Just reading a couple of people's comments. I think everybody's generally feeling the same. Yeah. Worried what's coming over the next couple of months, understandable. But let's have a little bit of escapism now. Before I transition into Quizmaster mode, my beautiful and glorious assistant is preparing as I speak, and I will give you the rundown right now. Because some of you may not have come and joined us for the quiz last time, the live quiz. So this time, we have 3 rounds. Each round has 10 questions. We have 3 different categories. I have thought very long and very hard about the questions. So I hope that they are a little bit more approachable and inclusive this evening. And I hope that people will get a few more answers correct. Perhaps. So, perchance, yes. Okay, why is my phone doing that?
Right, glamorous assistant's ready.
Okay.
I've even got lipstick on this time.
Amazing.
Metallic lipstick, everything.
Amazing. So, I'm going to go and do that now. Okay.
Are we sorted now?
I believe so.
Marvellous. Oh, the jacket's coming.
It wouldn't be the same without the jacket. You know it.
I do.
And I know it.
Gemini's top hat. She uses this for a Barbra Streisand number called The Singer.
There we go. Let's have the theme music. This is the start of the show. Okay. So, everybody ready? Do you have your pens, your pencils, your crayons, whatever your chosen method of writing?
Your answer's down.
Do you have it to hand? Do you have a piece of paper to hand? We're going to start right now. You can score your answers at the end. Please don't Google and cheat. Number 1, you probably won't have enough time. And number 2, you are only cheating yourself.
True that.
So we will start right now. Is everybody ready?
Hang on, where's the thing that comes with...
Oh, of course.
My goodness, man.
My goodness.
Can't start changing the format of the show.
Let's just ramp things up a little bit. Okay, pens at the ready. The first category is animals. Okay, question 1. A rhinoceros horn is made of which substance? A rhinoceros horn is made of which substance? Quick reminder, answers on your paper, not in the comments.
Yes, don't put them in the comments because then everyone knows.
And then people will cheat and they'll write down your answer.
Leanne, is, of course, is our reigning winner from the last time we had a quiz. Let's see if she can hold on to that.
Question 2. True or false? A salamander is an amphibian. True or false? A salamander is an amphibian. Question 3. Due to being very still and having an appearance of an aquatic vegetable, what is the sea slug commonly known as? Is it A, sea spud? Is it B, sea lettuce? Or is it C, sea cucumber? That's question 3. Due to it being very still and having an appearance of an aquatic vegetable, what is the sea slug commonly known as? Sea spud, sea lettuce, sea cucumber? Question 4. How many legs does a scorpion have? Question 4. How many legs does a scorpion have? Question 5. What type of animal is a Russian blue? Question 5. What type of animal is a Russian blue? I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope everybody's keeping up. Question 6. What type of creature is the rock hyrax? Is it A, a mammal, B, a bird, or C, a fish? That's question 6. What type of creature is the rock hyrax? Mammal, bird, or fish? Alice says she's got at least one right. That's good. Question 7. Scorpions are found worldwide, but how many species actually are there? Are there A, less than 200, B, between 400 and 1,000, or C, around 2,000? Question 7. Scorpions are found worldwide, but how many species are there? Less than 200, between 400 and 1,000, around 2,000. Question 8. The Iberian hound originates from which country? The Iberian hound originates from which country? Quite a tricky one, that one. Okay, this one, I hope, will be slightly easier, perhaps, for people. Question 9. Which tiger, considered to be the second largest tiger species in the world, is the national animal of Bangladesh? Question 9. Which tiger, considered to be the second largest tiger species in the world, is the national animal of Bangladesh? And question 10, last question in this category. The cotton-top tamarin is what type of animal? The cotton-top tamarin is what type of animal? That is the end of the first round. Okay, everybody got their answers written down? We are going to go through the answers this very second. I'm just going to wet my whistle. Kelly says she couldn't concentrate on the questions because Ali was fixated on Paul. Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way as far as my glorious assistant. It would just be wrong. Plain, simple, wrong. Okay, are we ready?
You're supposed to ignore me when I'm his assistant. My name's Karen.
Chickpea, we've just gone through round 1. There are 2 more rounds to come. We're about to go through the answers for round 1, so you haven't missed much, don't worry. Okay, everybody ready to score yourselves? It's really simple. 1 point for each question.
Just 1 point. 1 point for each question.
Oh.
Write it on your paper. Tally up your score right at the end, and we'll decide if we're your friend.
Okay. Right. Answers to round 1. So, question 1, a rhinoceros horn is made of which substance? The answer is keratin.
Oh,
There you go.
I thought it was hair.
How bizarre. I know. Well, there you go.
I
Keratin.
thought it was made of hair. Is keratin hair?
I don't know. Don't quiz the quizmaster. Do you know what I mean? Don't quiz the quizmaster.
I thought it was compressed hair.
Question 2. True or false, a salamander is an amphibian? The answer is true. It is indeed an amphibian. Question 3. Due to it being very still and having the appearance of an aquatic vegetable, what is a sea slug commonly known as? It is known as, of course, a sea cucumber.
It is hair. I was right.
Leanne, compressed hair. There you go.
Head dried as well. Keratin is hair.
Excellent. Question 4. How many legs does a scorpion have? It has 8. 8 legs.
Now, I didn't know that. I thought 6.
There you go.
Because I see 8 in my head, but then I count the...
Well, there you go. Yeah, the pincers. Or antennae. Question 5. What type of animal is a Russian blue? It is, of course, a cat. Question 6. What type of creature is the rock hyrax? Mammal, bird, or fish? It is, in fact, a mammal. Question 7. Scorpions are found worldwide, but how many species are there? Less than 200, between 400 and 1,000, or around 2,000. Actually, around 2,000 species of scorpion.
Wow.
I was pretty shocked at that.
I wonder if they're all poisonous.
The thing is, the great thing about these quizzes, if you don't get all the answers right, you're still learning, just like me.
Yes, I think you should get a point for hair, actually, because, yes, of course they should. Yes. Yes. Definitely get a point for hair.
If you want to give yourself a point for hair, you give yourself a point for hair. That's just fine.
I know my hair is looking on point. That's all I'm worried about.
Question 8. The Ibizan hound originates from which country? It's
Ibiza.
Spain.
Ah.
So there you go. Yeah. Question 9. Which tiger, considered to be the second largest tiger species in the world, is the national animal of Bangladesh? The Bengal tiger. Okay, and the last question in this category was, the cotton-top tamarin is what type of animal? It's a monkey. And if anyone's ever seen a picture of a cotton-top tamarin, they are really quite fabulous.
Derek the tiger. No, it wasn't Derek.
Hence, you get half a point for that, just purely for the answer, because it's great. So, yes, how did everybody do? Whilst you tot up your scores, I am going to once again play it because it's just so good and so dramatic. Scores at the ready. Scores at the ready. Oh, Michelle Lowe got a solid 10 out of 10. Leanne, 9 out of 10. Stephanie, 5. Hench, back of the net. Felicia, 5 out of 10. That vegan chick, 10 out of 10. Sharon, 8. Julie, 7. Linda, 9. Always known as 4. Jill, 6. Okay, some respectable scores there. AM Claire, 8. Fantastic. Love it, love it. All right, let's just plow straight on. No messing around tonight.
Round 2.
We're going straight to round 2.
Which is... vegan.
This is seen as we are those vegan guys, and not to assume, but I'm sure a lot of us here are vegan, and hopefully many others are on the journey to becoming vegan or trying vegan things. The second round is all about vegan. Same again, 10 questions, pens at the ready, get yourselves ready. We're going now. You got me then. I wasn't looking down until the end. Okay, pens at the ready. I think we're gonna see a lot of 10s out of 10s here. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, question 1: which Formula 1 champion follows a vegan diet and is passionate about animal rights? That's question 1. Which Formula One champion follows a vegan diet and is passionate about animal rights? Okay.
He also took a picture not so long back topless but in a kilt.
Wow. Don't forget, questions on your paper, not in the comments. Question 2. True or false? Pigs are the smartest domestic animal. Question 2. True or false? Pigs are the smartest domestic animal. Okay. Question 3. How much does bee activity contribute to the UK economy every year?
Oh.
Now, there's multiple choice.
Is that percentage?
It's multiple choice.
Okay.
So, is it A, 20 million, B, 430 million, or C, 690 million? How much does bee activity contribute to the UK economy every year? 20 million, 430 million, or 690 million? Question 4. True or false? In 2018, the UK launched more vegan products than any other nation. Once again, question 4. True or false? In 2018, the UK launched more vegan products than any other nation.
I don't know. Hedge Rider just said, Jason, I love your jacket. Was it Zara?
Zara. Charity shop.
Oxfam. I think it was $7.99.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's one of those jackets that fits like a glove as well, like it was made for me, which is shocking. Anyway.
Oh, Gemma. Bye, Gemma.
Bye, Gemma.
Bye, love.
I know. Quizmaster's getting distracted.
Go on.
Okay. Number 5. Which vegan climate activist was Time Magazine's 2019 Person of the Year? Question 5, this is again, which vegan climate activist was Time Magazine's 2019 Person of the Year? And in my opinion, well deserved too. Question 6, what is tempeh traditionally made from? Question 6, what is tempeh traditionally made from? Question 7, what country does tofu originate from?
Oh, now that is an interesting one.
Question 7. What country does tofu originate from? Question 8. Is an avocado a fruit or a vegetable? Is an avocado a fruit or a vegetable?
It's a very simple rule of thumb there.
Question 9. True or false? Filch?
Filch.
True or filch?
True or fish?
Billie Eilish follows a vegan diet. True or false? Billie Eilish follows a vegan diet. That was question 9. And the final question in this category, I think those are 10 questions. I've not missed anything there. No, just double checking. Question 10, final question in this round. Which popular London market banned fur in 2018? That is, which popular London market banned fur in 2018? Okay, that
you don't wear fur if you care.
You don't wear fur if you care. That is the end of round 2. Round 2 of 3. Whilst you are totting up your scores, you're getting your answers down, should I say. We're going to go again. Are we ready for the answers? Get ready to score. Okay. That vegan chick says, I'm in the US, don't know a couple of these. That's fair enough. I've tried to make it as universal as possible. We are going to fly through the answers now for category 2, which was all about vegan. So, and hopefully a couple of little add-ons for us all to perhaps learn a thing or two, possibly, myself included. So question 1 was, which Formula 1 champion follows a vegan diet and is passionate about animal rights? The answer, of course, is Lewis Hamilton. The racing car driver went vegan back in 2017. Since then, he has used his social media platform to speak out about animal rights on a number of occasions.
Any of you see that? Any of you girls or gay guys see that? Oh, straight guys.
Anybody?
You can admire handsome.
Absolutely.
See the picture of him just in a kilt with his boobs out.
It's all those G-force. It's working out to be able to drive a car fast.
Is that fine set of boobs?
And then driving the car fast and being exposed to all those G-forces. And of course, a vegan diet, quite possibly as well. Question 2. The question was, true or false, pigs are the smartest domestic animal? The answer is indeed true. Pigs can solve problems, they can recognise friends, they can work their way out of mazes, and they have good long-term memories. Amazing.
And that's why you suck if you eat them.
Oh, Mama Vegana, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Mama Vegana.
That is very greatly appreciated. Question 3. How much does bee activity contribute to the UK economy every year? Was it 20 million, 430 million, 690 million? The answer is C, 690 million. Now let's just expand on this a little bit, because even I was like, bee activity? What does that mean exactly? Well,
Pollination.
Bees are the most important species on Earth. They are crucial for the environment, but they're important for the economy too. They fertilise around 1/3 of the food that we eat and 80% of flowering plants. Question 4.
Amazing.
True or false? In 2018, the UK launched more vegan products than any other nation.
And those little jumpers they wear, yellow and black. I love those.
The UK launched more vegan products than any other nation. Question 4 in 2018 is true. The UK did launch more vegan products than any other nation in 2018.
Wow, that's amazing.
Question 5. Which vegan climate activist was Time Magazine's 2019 Person of the Year? It was Greta Thunberg.
We've just watched an interview with her on news, actually.
Yes. The 17-year-old activist told the magazine, "We can't just continue living as if there was no tomorrow, because there is a tomorrow. That is all we are saying."
The sun will come out tomorrow if the ice caps don't melt tomorrow. There'll be sun.
Anyone think I look a bit like Guy Fawkes?
You do, actually. Yeah. And a bit like the artist's impressions of Jack the Ripper.
I prefer Guy Fawkes.
Well, I thought you might, but I was just, throwing you a curveball.
Nice. Question 6. What is tempeh traditionally made from? The answer is fermented soybeans. Tempeh, what is it made from? Fermented soybeans.
Lovely.
Who knew? We'll find out. Question 7. What country does tofu originate from? Okay, the answer is China. Many reports say it was accidentally discovered more than 2,000 years ago.
Right, I knew obviously it was one of the Eastern countries, but I didn't know whether it was China or Japan.
Right.
Specifically.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, answer to question 7, China. And 2,000 years ago. It's been around a long time. Question 8, is an avocado a fruit or a vegetable? The answer is fruit.
Because it's got a seed. And only fruits have seeds. That's why tomato is also a fruit.
One big almighty seed. Hasn't it?
Yeah. But anything with seeds internally or externally is classed as a fruit.
That makes sense. Yeah. Hence the whole tomato debacle.
Well, it is a fruit. A tomato is a fruit.
Question 9. True or false, Billie Eilish follows a vegan diet? The answer is true. The singer is vegan for her love of animals and the planet. Let's hope she remains that way. I'm sure she will. She doesn't strike me as a fad kind of girl.
Peppers have seeds, so yes. And chilies.
Ah,
All fruits.
of course. Fabulous.
Don't forget, fruit doesn't mean sweet, necessarily.
There you go.
Because you've got, like, cheese fruit.
True or false, Billie Eilish, yes, she is vegan. That's the answer to question 9. Question 10, final question and answer in this category. Which popular London market banned fur in 2018? The answer is Camden Market. It actually banned the sale of fur in February 2018. The final category is general knowledge. So, tot up your scores, and whilst you're doing that, I will play more dramatic music. I'll check your scores. What are your scores? Is it 10 out of 10? Okay, how's everyone done? Jill's got 8. I'm going to shout out the big scores. Sharon's got 9. Stephanie's got 10 out of 10. Alice got 9.
Linda got 10
Linda,
out of 10.
yeah. Lucy, 8 out of 10. Very respectable. Leanne, 9 out of 10. Leanne's going for it again tonight, isn't she? ASMR Pillow, 11 out of 10. Wow, miraculous. I don't know how you managed that, but hey, good on you. Good on you. Flexi Vegan, 10 out of 10. Erickson Sunandora, 9 out of 10. I was hoping for some big scores in that round, and you've not disappointed me. So well done to everyone taking part. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to take advantage of the fact and do this. Well done to everyone. If you didn't get 10 out of 10, you've learned something. We've learned something. We've all learned something. So, without further ado, we are going to plow. AM Claire got 9 out of 10 as well. Brilliant stuff. We're going to plow on to the third and final round. It's 10 questions. It's general knowledge. So, who knows what's going to happen? But we will find out. Get your pens at the ready. Get your brains at the ready. We're going in a second. It's the final round! It's the final round! Ah! Ah! Okay, pens at the ready, wigs at the ready, hats at the ready, eyes and ears
at the ready.
Be ready. Question 1, general knowledge. Which fictional city is the home of Batman? Question 1, which fictional city is the home of Batman?
Is it Hull?
Who's Wigan? Question 2, what is a Geiger counter used to detect? What is a Geiger counter used to detect?
Geigers.
Question 3, Babe Ruth is associated with which sport? Babe Ruth is associated with which sport?
Batter, swing, batter, swing.
Question 4. Question 4. Which crime-fighting cartoon dog has the initials SD on his collar? Which crime-fighting cartoon dog has the initials SD on his collar? I got momentarily distracted then because my mum has just messaged me on my phone, and I can only assume it's relating to this because I'm hoping that she's watching.
I want to have a sandwich with that dog.
Yes. So, quick one again. Question 4. Which crime-fighting cartoon dog has the initials SD on his collar? Question 5. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Question 5. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? Question 6. What colour is the circle on the Japanese national flag? That's question 6. What colour is the circle on the Japanese national flag? Question 7. In Greek mythology, who turned all that he touched into gold? In Greek mythology, who turned all that he touched into gold? That was question 7.
Somebody that were considered very lucky until he went for a wee.
I hadn't even thought of that. Dear me.
Or until he gave someone a dislike on YouTube and went for a chubby.
I'm having serious considerations about my glamorous assistant, it has to be said. Question 8. The hammer, the stirrup, and the anvil are all bones in which part of the human body?
Oh.
The hammer, the stirrup, and the anvil are all bones in which part of the human body?
Oh, I thought he was going to ask something about what all parts of the culture of what country. I was like, Russia, I know it well. Gemini's tell me all about it.
That was question 8. The hammer, the stirrup, and the anvil are all bones in which part of the human body? 2 questions left. Are you ready? Question 9. Which Italian artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican?
Banksy.
Which Italian artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican? That was question 9. Okay, and final question. Final question of the quiz for tonight. There is a maximum score of 30 points up for grabs. The last question is, and I want everybody getting this right. I'm sorry. I want you all getting this right. Who directed these and many more classic films? Halloween, The Thing, They Live, The Fog, Big Trouble in Little China, and Starman. I'll say it one more time. Question 10. Who directed these and many more classic films? Halloween, The Thing, They Live, The Fog, Big Trouble in Little China, and Starman. Who was it? Who could it have been? Write your answers down now. It's almost the end of the quiz. Okay, ready to score yourselves. This is where it all counts. This is the last round.
This is all that matters, man.
This is 10 out of 10 across the board we need now. So, it was general knowledge. Knowledge, that is general. Which fictional city is the home of Batman? Was question 1. The answer, of course, is Gotham City. So the answer to question 1, Gotham City. Okay. Question 2. What is a Geiger counter used to detect?
Geigers.
Radiation. Question 2. The answer was radiation. Question 3. Babe Ruth is associated with which sport? It was, of course, baseball.
Better, swing.
Question 4. So the answer to question 3 was baseball. Question 4. Which crime-fighting cartoon dog has the initials SD on his collar? It was Scooby-Doo. The wonderful Scooby-Doo. Question 5. What is the name of the fairy in Peter Pan? The answer was Tinkerbell.
I nearly said Wendy.
Wendy's the little girl. Yeah. Tinkerbell is the answer to question 5. Question 6. What colour is the circle on the Japanese national flag?
Is it red?
It's red. Yes. I thought it was a fairly easy one to throw in the mix there. Question 7. In Greek mythology, who turned all that he touched into gold? It was Midas. Midas with the golden willy. Question 8. The hammer, the stirrup, and the anvil are all bones in which part of the human body? The answer is the ear. Yeah. Question 8. The answer was the ear.
And that's why ears are so sensitive.
Ears are amazing. Question 9. The answer, which Italian artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican?
Banksy.
Michelangelo. The Banksy of yesteryear. And last but not least, question 10 was, who directed these and many more classic films? Halloween, The Thing, They Live, The Fog, Big Trouble in Little China, Starman? John Carpenter, the legend John Carpenter. So
he was a legend.
Please do tot up your
is he still alive?
Scores. I think he's still alive. Tot up your scores for the third round, and while you're at it, tot up your complete total for all 3 rounds. Share them out and let us know.
I'll tell you who's not still alive. John Hughes. Nines,
Tens across the board. How are we all doing? 8 out of 10. Michelle, Daniel, 9. Davey, 7. That's not terrible, Davey. It's respectable. That vegan chick, 10 out of 10. 28 total. Alice. Oh, I missed that. It scrolled so quickly.
So we've got a 24. We've got a 27.
Imran, 28 out of 30.
Michelle Law, 27.
27, yeah. 27 out of 30. James, not bad. 18, James.
What did Imran say? 28.
28 out of 30.
All right, so Imran's in the lead so far.
Oh, Chickpea Sani.
27, 24,
You
19,
did well.
24, 17, 29 out of 30. Linda.
Oh, well done, Linda. You might have it. You might have picked Timran. 23 for the quiz, learned a lot of British stats. 17, 24, 10, 18. Oh, Bernadette, thank you so much for the super chat.
10 quid for 10 points.
Bless you.
Thank you, my love.
I think we're supposed to give you prizes, aren't we? I think that's how a quiz works, but bless you. Thank you so much.
So, Linda, you're the winner, girl. Linda! Ooh, 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 ooh.
Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Only because it reminds me of a football yob, and I can't stand football yobs. So.
Yeah, no, true.
John Carpenter is still alive and is 72 years young. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you.
He's such a good filmmaker.
So good. Quiz is done and dusted. You're all amazing. You're all winners. We've all learned something. Thank you so much for coming along and taking part.
And now we can just have a nice conversation.
The show's not over.
Excuse me. I'm going to go get Paul.
And whilst my glamorous assistant goes to get Paul, before I retire the Quizmaster role, I will just reiterate and say thank you so much for taking part and having a laugh. And yeah, if you want to do it again, let us know. And maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we will do another one, and there'll be another bunch of questions, different, of course, to tonight's questions and the questions from the previous live that we did. So yeah, let us know if you've enjoyed it. We certainly had fun doing it. And yeah, like I said, we all learned something, don't we? Imran, you missed out, mate. You were so close with the 28, but there was some respectable scores in there. It's very, very fair to say there's some respectable scores. Oh, Tom, don't worry about it. You are here now. That is the most important thing. I'm about to retire my Quizmaster role and return to good old JB.
There we go.
There we go.
Hello, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your time with Karen there. She just gave me my t-shirt back. That was a good one, that, Jason. I think 30 questions is really good.
Yeah.
Are you going to check your mum's message in case it's important?
I might do.
Just for a second. So, yeah, just very quickly before I start writing things, so I can read you all in a minute.
Right stuff, right stuff.
Oh, I'm always eager to make sure I try and read everything. Yeah, over the last few days, got back into the whole food plant-based stuff. Well, the mini quiches that we got the original recipe from Hench Herbivores Cookbook, but we've adapted it because Jay don't like mushrooms. That's a regular thing now. So like I said, we had them for tea tonight with salad with homemade mayo. Them donuts were lovely. We've got 4 left.
Delightful. Absolutely delightful.
Very, very tasty. I've still got those to come.
Fantastic stuff. Love it. The picture was a picture of Dad. Sat in front of the telly, watching us, doing the quiz. And I think, I could be wrong, I think my wonderful Auntie Pearl was also taking part in the quiz this evening. So if you are still on and you can see us and hear us, we'll say hello to my mum, my dad, and my Auntie Pearl.
Lots of love to you all.
Bless yous, and bless you all for being here. 110 watching and 100 likes. How about that? Love it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Ah, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't shout.
No.
Otherwise, we just end up shouting out.
But it's there
It's
for
there
everyone to see.
Everyone who's in the chat can read it.
Yes. Marcus says, I tried the pineapple and black bean stew and the gardener's pie. Both nice. Both, what's that? VVV. Nice teams to you both and to Hench. Good stuff. Glad you enjoyed.
Glad you enjoyed them. Yes, because the mini quiches is Hench's recipe, but the gardener's pie, that's mine. That's my original recipe. That.
So good, and amazing value for money on both fronts. really with those things. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, thank you for the correction, Marcus. Appreciate it. It took me a second. I was scratching my head.
Thanks, Notty. The great meals though, aren't they? I'm really glad. Well, I'm really glad that we discovered the gardener's pie, because basically it was a shepherdless pie originally that I used to always make with soya mince, and then I just thought I'll try and make it with brown lentils and see how it goes, and we were both like, this is gorgeous. This is really, and it's whole food plant-based, isn't it? So, you know, why wouldn't you want to? But so many people have made it and really enjoyed it, and I love that.
Yeah, it's really nice to see, and we kind of do say it in our vlogs sometimes, is like, you know, when people have a go at something, you know, whether it's something we've come up with, or should I say something Paul's come up with, or when somebody just comes up with something inspired by something we've done maybe in a vlog, it's always nice to see people having a go and taking pictures of their food and sharing it on their social media, whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or of course on the YouTube community, for those that are able to do that.
Jay, we can talk a bit about some of the amazing stuff we've seen. Oh, in fact, we need to talk about Paul's.
Oh, of course, yeah. I don't know if you could hear that then, because Paul is on the other side here getting us a glass of wine. Paul said we need to talk about Pose.
Well, we need to talk about a few of the things that we've watched recently.
So we're going to talk about a couple of things that we've watched recently, and then
maybe as inspiration for you to try them out.
Yeah, and then we'll wrap up with a Q&A like we always do.
Yeah. So I've heard about Pause, the series Pause, for a long time. There are 2 seasons. There's 1 season available on Netflix, but both seasons 1 and 2 are available on BBC iPlayer, and it is one of the best things I've honestly ever seen in my life when it comes to series. I could not love it more if I tried. And the first 20 minutes of episode 1, I kept thinking to myself, just give it a bit longer. Give it a little bit longer. Give it a little bit longer, because I couldn't stand the main character. She grew on me, Electra, but I hated her at first. And here's another thing as well. So we got into, like, by the time we'd watched episode 3 maybe of season 1, I messaged Stuart, who I knew had already seen it, and said, like, totally love Pause. I think it's brilliant. I'm a bit disappointed. I think that they should have used trans characters, because a lot of the roles are trans. As Stu said, they are trans characters. All. Everyone who is a trans person is a trans person, and I didn't know, and I love that.
So a couple of people,
Angel.
a couple of people are saying, if you could nutshell it, just, you know, without spoilers, what's it about?
It's a beautifully written and acted drama portraying the reality of the ballroom scene in America in the late 70s, early 80s and 90s, and the houses that sprung up around the ballroom scenes. If you've ever seen RuPaul's Drag Race, it's completely based on the ballrooms.
Yeah.
Category is working girl, and they used to have these ballrooms, nightclubs.
Glorious.
And people would come marching down in their outfits that they'd made, and it was all the queers and the trans and the homeless and the junkies and everybody that wasn't welcome anywhere else was welcomed in the ballrooms. And this series encapsulates that crucial important part of our history. So much, and Black history.
Yeah. Even I didn't
beautiful.
Even I didn't fully appreciate until watching Pose the role that houses and mothers, drag mothers, transvestite mothers, you know, all these mothers that took these young people who were cast out by their family, who were thrown out, who had gone through turmoil and abuse and heartache and just had been crushed down to nothing. the role that the houses and the mothers played in genuinely saving life after life after life.
And they were largely trans women, and they were largely black trans women
Yeah.
that took in these little lost souls and stopped them from prostituting themselves on the piers, and stopped them from taking drugs, and helped them to get jobs and buy outfits and walk in the ballrooms and live, work, pose.
So that's Pose.
It's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. We are very rarely so deeply emotionally touched by a series, any series.
Yeah.
Maybe Sense8 had a similar impact on us.
Yeah.
But it was utterly brilliant and beautiful, and the cast,
Yeah.
beautiful, talented people.
I don't even mind saying it's the series that has emotionally impacted me the most of any series I've ever watched in my entire life. So that's Pose. So season 1 is available on.
And 2 are both. Season 1's on Netflix. 1 and 2 are on BBC iPlayer.
Ah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Lots of comments about Pose. A couple of people who haven't seen it are going to look into it. Lots of people have seen it and absolutely adore it, of course.
No, if you do watch it, know that every single ballroom scene is so true to life. That is it. If you've ever watched the film Paris is Burning,
somebody asked that before,
which is
Jenny,
fully about all the ballroom scene. It's basically like a series of Paris is Burning, but with dramatized characters and a lot more depth. And Paris is Burning is an incredible docu-film that really tells you about that time.
Yeah.
With real people. But yeah, Pose is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We've watched a couple of films recently, haven't we, as well? That
yes,
where we've been quite impressed. We watched Midsommar
on Prime.
It was either Amazon or
Netflix. Yeah, it's a long film. It's technically a horror film.
2.5 hours.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's very good. It captures you from the start. Visually, it's stunning.
And horrible.
It's horrible. There is, I will say, one particular scene in it that we do have to warn could be triggering for some people because obviously they don't want to ruin things too much. But there is kind of a suicide connotation element in it. And I do have to mention that because we are recommending the film, but it's phenomenal. It's visually stunning. The music is beautiful.
It is a movie.
It is a movie, but some people.
I know.
And I think the other thing as well was, even though it's 2.5 hours, to me it didn't feel like 2.5 hours.
It didn't feel like 2.5 hours because it was very, very good. It was really good. And then we watched another one last night called Phoenix Forgotten.
Yeah.
Which is like a kind of found footage film based on the imagined story of 3 teenagers who went missing in 1997 during the Phoenix Lights in America. It was really good. That was only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Found footage, like Paul said, sort of found footage style, documentary style, but done really, really well, really clever. And considering that the found footage genre is very well established now, and some would say even has kind of had its day, it was really good, wasn't it? We were both really impressed with it. So yeah, those 2 film recommendations right there. Leanne was saying before she's trying to get Imran to watch Midsommar. Keep losing the battle of the films. We put it off. It's been on our watch list for a while, Leanne.
Leanne, it's not first perspective. It's done from one of the boys who goes missing. It's his sister. 20 years later, trying to find him. So it's through her eyes.
Yes.
So it is. Yeah. It's very, very good. And the kind of scenes that are meant to be the found footage are done in third person. So you're an outsider looking in.
Yeah, it works well because of that. It's found footage, but it's not found footage.
Yes.
It's a mixture. So for people who are like, don't really like the found footage type films, where, like, for example, Blair Witch, classic. That is all, the whole film from beginning to end is found footage film, isn't it?
And it's first person perspective. Yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
But yeah, just really good. And we watched something else recently that made me really emotional, and I was like, we've watched a lot lately, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Really.
Lockdown.
I think everyone has,
And all that.
haven't they? We've watched a lot we watch more YouTube than anything.
Yeah.
To be honest, but we've started.
Stands to reason.
Because we tend to just kind of chain link YouTube videos. You know, we'll watch one after the other, and so now and again we'll say, right, let's have a break and watch a movie, and we'll close the evening with YouTube.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
It's nice to watch.
But I do love YouTube. I've loved YouTube even before I was a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And I've been a YouTuber, me personally, for well over a decade.
Oh, Stephanie said we watched Pride recently, which was brilliant. Yeah.
That film broke me.
So good.
Especially because it's based on a true story.
So good. Such
The
a
end,
good film.
when all those coaches turn up.
Such a good film. Broke me. Absolutely
Beautiful.
broke me. And then right at the very, very, very end
Beautiful.
of the film,
when it shows the real picture.
yeah, and you get to see the casting that was involved and how they cast the actors and kind of like, you know, how close they were to the real people from that amazing part of history.
It makes me very proud these days that because we fought for so long to be included, and I'm not saying us personally, but of course we were part of the fight. It's just by being a visible and unapologetic gay couple, you are part of the fight. But because our shared acronym LGBTQIA+ fought for so long for inclusivity, and you know, it started with EastEnders and Brookside and these little kind of gay relationships, but they were always portrayed with a kind of dark edge to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And now to be able to say Pride, what an amazing film that was. Pause, what a fantastic series. RuPaul's Drag Race, how great's that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, we will be watching All Stars Season 5 at some point this evening. That'll be part of our wind down, won't it?
We were going to watch Josh Gad, weren't we? Reunited apart after, but then we watched it before we. If you'd have seen me 10 minutes before we came and I was bawling my eyes out and say, over there, mate, wallowing in nostalgia from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Muddy Paws. This is funny. I'm glad you've asked this, Muddy Paws, because it was quite a nice way to start the day today. Did you watch Michelle doing her donut recipe?
With Mia, isn't it absolutely adorable?
So nice.
Guys, when we're finished on here, Michelle, and comments are turned off on the video because is Mia her granddaughter?
Mia, I think so, yeah. So, comments.
Mia is so adorable. And bright.
Yeah.
Really like
Smart kid.
Yeah, she's very eloquent.
Yeah.
There's a video of them doing our donut video recipe, and it's just delightful.
We started our day with it today. We ate breakfast.
We had it for breakfast.
And watched Michelle and Mia. Cooking with Michelle and Mia.
Michelle Lowe.
Michelle Lowe, yes.
By the way.
Francie says, unapologetic gay couple, that would piss a lot of people off in my country, US. We need more of them.
We do.
We need more of them. We need 1 million unapologetic gay people standing up again. We need them standing up for the black people.
I got a lot of flack not too long ago when I did a vlog about Philip Schofield coming out as late as he had. And saying, everyone was raving and saying, oh, Philip, wonderful, so wonderful, such a thing to celebrate. And I was like, this guy's been married and got kids. And he's been in that facade for a long, long time. And I don't see why we celebrate that, people. And it's not like I don't think it should be celebrated in some way, but it gets paraded. It's like, parade us. We've never hid under a bushel. And we've took some shit over the years.
But that's how the media world works. That's
Do
not,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
No.
not Philip Schofield. It's the media. It's the
I
way
know,
that
but
the
it's
media
still
works.
it's just it's annoying.
Just the same as YouTube. YouTube, people thrive on YouTube when they do controversial stuff, because controversial stuff humans are into. It's what we call car crash television.
3 dislikes. Oh, I hope you guys are having a 3-way chubby.
Michelle Lowe says comments are back on. YouTube turned them off. So, there you go. Interesting.
YouTube turned them off. I wonder. Yeah, Michelle, is she your granddaughter? Mia. I'll wait for your answer. She's gorgeous, by the way, and so she's just so communicable. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely to watch.
Yes.
She's fabulous.
She's awesome.
She's fabulous.
And it was just lovely to watch.
You were both fabulous. It was a lovely video of you both. It
proper,
was just very
proper nice. So yeah, anybody, honestly, every single person that is watching now, that's took part in the quiz, I can guarantee you that you would have nothing but love in your heart watching Michelle and Mia cooking the donut cakes.
Michelle, please tell her from us that we thought she was absolutely adorable, and or you can show this part in the video 65 minutes in. Remember that, 1 hour and 5 minutes. And then we said, Mia, thanks so much for doing those cakes with your nan. Do you say nan or grandma or gran or nanny or nana? Whichever one you say. You were both fabulous, and we're glad you enjoyed the cakes.
Yes, awesome stuff, absolutely awesome stuff. So, before we wrap things up for the evening, we've had some series recommendations, film recommendations. Leanne, I saw your comment about Blair Witch Project and Cloverfield. I chose to ignore it.
What did she say?
She said she didn't like them. Yeah.
I quite like the Cloverfield series as a series, but I enjoyed the first film. But actually, I enjoyed the third film in this order: 3, 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 1, 2.
Interesting. For me,
even though you can't watch them in that order,
it's difficult.
It's definitely
difficult.
3, 1, 2.
As a trilogy, they're brilliant.
They are.
As a series of films, they're brilliant. The Cloverfield films. In terms of personal taste, I might be tempted to go 3, 2, 1. You know, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
No, I definitely prefer 1 to 2.
No, I prefer 2 to 1
because it's bigger.
Yeah,
it's because I have claustrophobia a bit. Not in lifts or anything, but the thought of being in an air raid shelter.
Yeah.
Being unable to go anywhere.
Oh, it's horrible.
I hate that.
It's horrible, but it's
I would rather be in one leaning building trying to get to another because it's outdoors than be in an air raid shelter.
Yeah. Vegan break. Yeah, so we're gonna wrap things up shortly. So a little bit of a quick fire Q&A.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions, just in case she watches this, Cindy Wallace asked us one, and I said, ask us in a live, but she's not here tonight. I can't remember what it was.
Well, yeah, that's not good, is it?
It was a very recent question on one of our videos, though.
Was it something about blood tests? Or was that a
Oh,
different one?
no, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, well done,
Hey,
Jason.
I've remembered something.
Right, so just before we went vegan, I had... Oh, no. Just after we'd gone vegan. Been vegan about maybe a month. And I decided to go for the general. I was in my 40s. I thought I need to go and have me kind of
MOT.
Yeah, my MOT. So I went and had a load of blood tests. Anyway, a doctor called me back in and she said, your cholesterol's really high. I need you to go on statins. And I said, no, not a chance. I will never take them because I don't believe that anything you can fix with medicine, I can't fix with food. We've just gone vegan. Let's give this a chance. So she said, right, we'll do the tests again in 6 months. 6 months later, tested again, everything perfect. Everything.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So that was a question with regards to kind of blood tests. And, you know, the thing is, I suppose, with anything like that is when you make significant changes to your diet and you're changing what you're eating, sometimes it's going to take your body time to kind of adjust to that and get used to it.
A couple, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Just for things to kind of equalise
I think
in your body.
Yeah.
I had really high cholesterol, and 6 months later, eating completely vegan, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Interesting question from Lindy, and a really easy one to answer as well. Do you ever get any anti-gay comments when you're out? Funnily enough, no.
No.
I wonder why that is. I wonder.
Although we're not hand-holding people anyway.
No, we're not. We don't kind
I'm
of.
a linker.
We don't have massive public displays of affection, but at the same time,
So I do link you.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm a linker when I'm walking.
But then if you're going off in one direction,
if
you're going off in one direction to go on, let's say you're going to Holland and Barrett, and I'm going to go and get a couple of bits from Sainsbury's, and then we'll meet in the car park. Or something like that, we might have a little kiss.
Oh God!
And then you go off but we never even give that a second thought.
Not nowadays. We would have done at one point.
Northern,
in fact,
working class town.
In our Pink Triangle Theatre show, which you will find in our performance playlist, which Stuart and I largely wrote, and I'm very pleased to say was my idea to come to do this homophobia show around schools. There is a scene that's based on a reality when me and Jason first got together, and we'd only been together about a year, and he went to kiss me on a bus with a load of people upstairs, and I pulled away. And I asked myself for a long time after that, why did I pull away? Is it because I'm embarrassed? Absolutely not. Is it because I'm scared of somebody reacting negatively? No. I'm scared of my reaction to someone reacting negatively.
That's so true. That is so true. That is the worst part. That's the worst part.
And that's why, that's the only, but I would never do it now, ever. But I did then.
Those thoughts still go through my head.
It came from a place of, if anybody says anything, I will kick off,
flip.
And then there's going to be a whole world of shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's best to just avoid it.
Because I think we do our very best, and most, if not all of you would know, we say it as a laugh, down-to-earth veganism on the reg.
Down-to-earth queer as well.
We are down-to-earth.
LGBT.
We like to be as open and transparent as we possibly can, but the reality of that is that us, like a lot of other people, there are maybe 1 or 2 or maybe 3 things in the world that can take us from being placid, humble, down-to-earth, beautiful people to raging, seeing red, bull, absolutely going at 100 miles an hour like a steam train, and anybody that gets in the way of that is in serious trouble. And that is one of the rare occasions where it would happen, and it wouldn't be pleasant. So I think you make a really good point there, actually, Paul. Really good.
Well, you see, I can be honest with you guys here, but I actually have a criminal record from many years ago. I think it's probably clear now, but it was criminal damage. Because I smashed a shop window, which we used to live above, and the homophobic woman that was trying to get us out turned off our electric on Friday at 6 p.m, knowing that we couldn't get in touch with the environmental agency at the council. It would have been round straight away to tell us to, so we had to go all weekend without gas or electric, because the electric powered the gas meter. And
this was after months of horrific turmoil and horrible
abuse, and I lost it. Went downstairs, picked up a massive brick, smashed the shop window, went straight back upstairs, phoned the police and said, "Hi, I'm really sorry, you need to come and arrest me, I've just committed a crime." I even phoned the police on myself.
And then what did you do?
But that's because I will not be belittled. I will not be put down or bullied,
Mm-hmm.
I will not tolerate it.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
2002 that was.
What did you sing in the
2002.
What did you sing in the van on the way to the police station?
They said to me, and they came upstairs and we had a chat, and they said, right, Paul, obviously we have to take you in, because this, you know, it is criminal damage, and you're going to have to get in the back of the van, but we're not going to handcuff you. You phoned us on yourself. You know, you're a decent bloke. Let's try and get this sorted. They put me in the back of the van, and I started singing. He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. Oh, they did laugh. Oh, do you know, they were lovely though with me.
Yeah, I think they kind of had to be
They
in
were
a
proper lovely.
circumstance. So there you go. There's a little bit of a bombshell for you. Angie says, on a completely unrelated question, of course, can the hummus be made without tahini? Kids love hummus, but they can't have it at school.
Oh, of course, because it's classed as a nut, isn't it? Sesame seed, it's nut allergies. I haven't tried it without the tahini, and of course it would change the flavour profile.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's worth a try, isn't
I
it?
can see it working.
Yeah.
You might have to use a smidge more of the aquafaba than you would normally, and whatever flavourings you decide to put in there, lemon juice, you know.
Would that be to kind of get the consistency as accurate as...
Yeah, because it goes quite chunky when you just food processed chickpeas, which is lovely, you know, in itself. But chickpeas, lemon juice, maybe a pinch of salt, aquafaba, I can see that working.
Quick reference to a couple of things we've already talked about. So going back to Cloverfield, Imran says the image of the Statue of Liberty's head torn off and flung down the street is shocking. That was a powerful cinematic image, that, in Cloverfield. It was really, really powerful because obviously the Statue of Liberty. So you're thinking back to Cloverfield, the first film, obviously. That was a great scene. There's some classic scenes in that film.
Speaking of random things like that, did anyone who's friends with me on Facebook, did you see the video I shared this morning about the Florida kind of meeting where all the people were complaining about wearing masks? Did anyone see it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Tweeted it from those vegan guys. I've always had a problem with nationalism anyway, because it soon becomes jingoism, which is basically a really aggressive form of nationalism. But this guy getting really emotional. See that flag? I would die for that flag. And this other woman saying, you're telling us to wear masks. You're stopping God's chosen method of breathing. So I said, maybe if they made masks out of American flags, nationalists might not have a problem wearing them and saving other people's lives. Maybe there's the key. Make them American flags.
I'm not even...
America! Fuck yeah!
I'm not even going to comment on it because I'll be here for another hour and I just don't want to. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about those people. On a brighter note, Beverly, going to your comment before what you were saying about your health, she says, me too, Paul, 6 months vegan, normal now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice one, Beverly.
Absolutely. And going back to what we were saying before, Leanne says, keyboard trolls are very brave with their tiny internet balls.
Oh, aren't they?
But yeah, very rarely, I don't think there would be many people in the street face to face that would say anything to us. And if they did, I don't think they'd like the reaction. I really don't. Going back to what we were saying before. And also just picking up on something Leanne said earlier up in the comments as well, when we were talking about pride and the fact that that is Welsh people. That's what Welsh people are like.
Yeah.
And who would have thought, and it shows that we, myself included, we can all cast assertions onto other people and other types of people. You would not have expected kind of working class, salt of the earth, Welsh blokes to get behind a movement like that, you know. Amazing. Let's see. Any more questions? Have we missed any questions? Repost them. I'm scrolling down and see if we've missed anything. James says you can't fix stupid. That's so true. It's so true. I wish we could.
No, Laura, I don't understand anyone who doesn't have a mask either. We don't go anywhere for any prolonged period of time without a mask. The supermarket, we still wear one. We still get funny looks off people because most people are not wearing them. But if you've seen any of the press in the UK recently, which just shows that we're no better than America in any way. The beach is full, Liverpool town centre full. The queues outside Primark on the day it opened, the queues at the pub when they reopen. It's everyone wants to forget. Nobody wants to think about it. Everyone wants to just forget, and they will forget until they take it home to Granny or Mum or Auntie Phyllis, and then she dies.
I honestly, I feel so sorry for people anywhere in the world, but particularly obviously what is being highlighted at the moment in the States. But Mokka's just said there, I get racist slurs even in Manchester. It's like, and this is the problem. This is the difficulty around it all, because if I was in Manchester with you, Mokka, and we were walking along and we were chatting about guitar and stuff like that, and we were all together, and somebody said something, the first thing I would do is I'd get my mobile phone out of my pocket, I'd hit record, and I'd say, "You want to say that again?" Then it becomes then it becomes what's the word I'm looking for? Confrontational. Which it needs to be become confrontational, because those people need to be called out.
Absolutely. It's like I said on a recent vlog, after we'd been through that 48 hours of horrific homophobia on the Vegan Queen Scone video, of all things though.
Yeah. Can I just say I'm sorry that you have to deal with that, Mokka. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that, particularly in Manchester. I hope that within the next few years we get to a point where we just eradicate racism, full stop. We need to just get rid of it, eradicate it. Sorry,
we need to get rid of hate.
Yeah,
hate is the thing. It's people feeling that whether it be because of their sexuality or the colour of their skin or their height or their dick size or how fat or thin they are, that they're in some way superior to someone else, and then that then gives them the right to go, ha, I'm better than you. Watched a brilliant. Good
on you, Alice. By the way.
We watched a brilliant documentary. It was only an hour long, and I wish it had been a bit longer, called Hello White Privilege. It's me, Chelsea, on Netflix.
Yes,
the other night, and it was really good. What's she called? Chelsea Hammond or something.
She's a stand-up comedian.
She's a well-known American comedian, and she went and met with and spoke with lots of people, mainly black people, about and then she went and spoke with a lot of white people, because halfway through the documentary she realised, of course, that white privilege is not a person's problem. It's not for them to have to acknowledge it and say, God, I am privileged because of the colour of my skin. I am. And even if I don't feel privileged, I have to admit that others who have darker skin than me have less privilege than me. Therefore, I have white privilege, and it's my problem to deal with. It was a brilliant documentary. It's well worth watching.
Really, really good. Yeah. And I think the difficulty is for a lot of people nowadays is we want to be confident to challenge people and to stand up when we see or hear abuse of that type, where it's hate. Because ultimately it's a hate crime. But whereas historically lots of us felt like we could rely on the forces within the government and within the police force to take our backs when we stand up, knowing that we've got that protection behind us, a lot of us don't feel like we've got that anymore, and that's going to knock your confidence big time. If you want to stand up and challenge hate, and someone's being hateful within a public environment, a public space, but you know that the police haven't got your back and your government hasn't really got your back, or it doesn't feel that way, that knocks your confidence. And that's what's going on at the moment. There's a lot of people who know that they should challenge it, but they don't feel confident because of that horrible dynamic that exists. And that's a problem.
And
we
you
need
can
to tackle.
save somebody from crap by not even confronting the person giving the crap. So let's give you a scenario. You see a woman in a hijab in Piccadilly Gardens outside Primark. 10 feet away from her, there's a horrible white pissed up dude shouting racist stuff at her. Ignore him. Just shout to her, "Hiya, sorry I'm late, sorry." He gets distracted. He doesn't know what's going on. She knows she's got an ally straight away. You tell her, link up, grab my arm, walk with me. You walk away from the situation. You find an authority. You can do it without being confrontational.
That's a really good one.
Just by being, fake for a minute, but friendly to somebody who's in trouble. Be that whether they're black, gay, whatever,
D-Rabbit, I don't feel qualified to answer your question, but it's a very valid question, and I'm sure it's something that a lot of parents are struggling with, because I've noticed it over here in the UK with a lot of teenagers. How do you keep a 13-year-old raised freely from hanging too close with other kids who refuse to respect distancing or masks because their parents are of the mentality that it's just a flu? Because, of course, if your president says it's just a flu, then you're going to believe it's just a flu, right, Dr. Trump? That's a really tough one. And I'm seeing it with teens all over the place, clustered together and living life, particularly with the lovely sunny weather we've had recently.
With a 13-year-old, can't you do it through conversation, through real conversation? And sometimes you have to bring your language down a peg or two.
Oh, D-Rabbit isn't in the States, sorry.
But still, I wasn't. My answer wasn't States specific.
No, that was my assumption. Sorry.
Right, so try not to interrupt when I'm on the floor, love.
Just wanted to apologise.
I think that you can have a real good conversation with most young people about the state of the world. They can see it for themselves. They see Instagram all the time. They see that image and facade and comes above being a good person. And so I think, a conversation about the reality of COVID, about the losses, about how, at first it was deemed that all young people were fine, and this was mainly killing older people or people with pre-existing conditions. That's changed. That's completely changed. And you do have to think about other people. So pin it to someone they love. Do they love grandma? Do they love granddad? Do they love Auntie Lucy? Do they love Uncle Phil? Would they want to pass something on to that person that they love and kill them? Because that's a reality right now. If you're around people who are not being as protective as you are.
Absolutely brilliant in theory, but you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about the guy that was that you spotted the other day that burnt his hand and then tried to man up and pretend he hadn't done it. That's a fully grown man that Paul saw and witnessed severely burn his hand.
He had a glove.
Roofing.
And a blowtorch.
Yeah.
Felt
in a roof.
Melting tarmac. Set his hand on fire, the gloved hand. Went like that for ages, didn't get it out. Then managed to get it out, but then it was completely still, and he carried on. And I thought, you've just severely burned your hand, haven't you?
The point I was making.
And he carried on pretending because all his mates were there.
Yeah, the point I was.
That's toxic masculinity.
Yeah, the point I was making was that as human beings, and I think particularly us males, are worse. We're terrible for it sometimes. And I think the same applies to teenagers sometimes. They get so caught up in what they perceive to be important.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need to be reminded regularly
what is actually
what really is important. And if the only way to get through to a teenager is to bring it right home, like Paul said, and join those dots up for them.
But if the comparisons don't work, then you have to say, right, so if you're willing to go and see your friends and they're not being precautious, you're not seeing grandma. You can talk to her on the phone, but you can't see her. And when you come in from seeing those friends, I want you to go straight upstairs, put everything you're wearing in the laundry, and have a shower before you come into the lounge where we all live and sit. That's how serious this is.
Mm-hmm.
You watch your sci-fi movies where everyone has to detox and get sprayed, and it's the same thing. If you're going to spend time with people who are not being careful, you have to then be ultra careful.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. You do though, don't you?
Of course you do.
You know, until we get to a point where, because second and third waves are on their way. You can't have beaches this full. You can't have people in the streets like we have done in both America and England. That can't happen. Just like stage flu, and wave far worse than wave 1.
On a brighter note, and because we've had such a lovely chat live this evening, I'd like to end on a brighter note, and we are rapidly approaching wrapping things up because it's been an hour and a half we've been live this evening. Michelle Lowe, I'm lucky I have a teenager who is in a friendship group who are so COVID aware, I'm ashamed of that. It's really, really nice. So,
I think we've froze.
We froze. No, we're back on. It just does it now and again, doesn't it? So
sorry, we seem to freeze then.
Oh, Cher, bless you for the super chat.
Thank you, Cher.
Thank you so much. Keep it up.
We shall. We really shall.
There's not much to see, Francie, to be honest. The standard sort of very basic blue, your basic blue face mask, really. There's nothing fancy. But our lovely friend, Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen, she's been knocking the masks out of the park like there's no tomorrow. Literally hundreds and hundreds of masks she's made. So yeah, check out Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen. There you go. Paul's mask.
This is my mask that I wear to go shopping. This is, I believe, number 3 now. My third one. I do reuse them, but I put them in the tumble dryer along with clothes, coats when we get back from shopping until they're too hot to touch. That's where I just got this from. Then it was in the coat pocket in the tumble dryer.
Ella, I could react to your comment quite negatively, but I'm not going to. I'm going to react to it the complete opposite way, really, really positively. Ella Aspin says, I've heard that the pictures of the beaches are edited or zoomed. What I would say is what I say about every bit of news and every bit of information that is out there on the World Wide Web. Do your research, look at multiple sources, cross-examine, and try and find information from reputable sources, just the same as if you were looking at something to do with your health, you'd probably start with an NHS website.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, the thing is, Ella, that there are... Susan told Darren told Mike, oh, it's all made up. Mike, who everybody trusts, told Dave and Phil. Dave and Phil told their wives, and their wives always believed Dave and Phil. It's like, did you not see it's all too easy these days to hear what you want off someone you trust. Oh, it was all bullshit that. Oh, it was bullshit. All right, I don't have to worry about it then. Do a bit of research. There's this amazing thing called the internet.
Finterweb.
And you can always do a search on stuff. And, the best place to start, like if somebody said the beaches at Southend were packed, I'd search Southend. And I'd look for Southend news outlets, and I'd see there.
Yeah. The Southend Gazette.
But why would anyone dramatise it anyway? It's like, everyone's like, oh, it's all being blown out of proportion. If you believe that, you go about your life without a mask. But just not going to hear anybody, because you've got no right to do that. Put yourself at risk, but why should anyone else be put at risk by you? And I'm not saying this personally to you, Ella. This is to that kind of question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Tom Hemmings, The police declared a major incident. That doesn't happen lightly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just generally, you know, we've been chatting about this, obviously. I feel for people. I'm climbing the walls. You know, we're both outdoorsy people. The local area that I go to look after my mental health is screaming out to me. But I know if I go up there, I know it's going to be rammed and it will make me feel really uncomfortable.
Panicky.
And it will raise my anxiety, and it will actually, it could potentially permanently ruin that place for me.
We don't stay in, especially in beautiful weather. We drive to Hebden Bridge, we drive to Crosby or Formby or Southport.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just say to Jason, I need to go to the sea.
Yeah, or just water.
I'm a
but the
sea
sea, yeah.
person.
Your sea, I'm mountains.
Yeah. And so we'll drive and we'll walk and we've been stuck in this house since March 5th.
Now, see, Leanne, I've got less of a problem with that because it's population control. Sorry, I've had a drink, it's late, I'm getting tired. Leanne says there was a pre-arranged large-scale fight arranged for a local beach where we are. It was hideous.
Oh dear God.
It is hideous, but you know, yeah. Survival of the fittest and all that, I suppose.
Is it too much to ask that we all look out for each other, that we all be excellent to ourselves and each other by being safe, by, you know, taking each other into consideration, by being nice to each other?
We are all doing it, aren't we?
By being positive, by not taking silly risks, by not putting other people at risk.
Kelly,
It's not rocket science, any of it.
It really isn't rocket science. Kelly kind of says there exactly what I've been thinking. He said it was so busy, he had been put off going back again. So like Paul was saying before, you know, let's keep looking out for each other. It's been wonderful tonight. We can't be down to earth veganisms. We can't be down to earth vegans without touching on some of this stuff that we're all impacted by on a daily basis on various degrees and levels. So thank you for taking part in the chat, for asking some really, really good questions, for challenging us a little bit, and certainly, you know, giving me food for thought and thinking about how I might react to a question, and my thoughts and feelings around this stuff, and same for Paul.
Jenny, I get that some people have a really difficult time breathing in the masks, and I think you people I feel worse for because you have to take even more precautions and maybe get people to shop for you. I mean, the only reason we go out now is to shop. That's it. We went for one bike ride down Daisy Nook, and I said that day I don't want to come back down here until all this is over.
It wasn't even Daisy Nook, really. It was like
Park
Bridge.
Yeah, because there was just too many people down there. So I get you, and I get that some people have a real physical problem wearing them. So you have to be extra careful. And, you know, if you can get someone to do your shopping for you.
Bobby, I will resonate that throughout the entire community that is with us tonight. 127. Come on, lovelies, bring it in from a social distance. Cuddles, everyone. We can all have virtual cuddles, and to be honest, part of tonight has felt like a virtual cuddle. So we will cuddle, we will love yous all, and thank you so much for just being here.
We're actually hugging the phone.
We're hugging. We're hugging. Yes.
Right, we're going to bring this to a close, guys, because we've got...
Bobby said, mind me boobs. Yeah. Bless yous all. You know, we could chat forever, of course, but we need to wind down. We've got a busy day tomorrow, and we're going to go off and watch All Stars 5, have another glass of wine and a chill.
RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 5. Episode 4. Episode 5.
Season 5. Oh, episode 5?
I don't even know.
Who knows?
We're
We'll
having
find out.
episodes on tonight. But thank you all so much for coming to join us tonight. Thank you for taking part in the quiz. Thank you for the lovely super chats. Thank you to all of our channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, if you've seen anyone with a fancy little, a fancy green name tonight, and a little special badge at the side of the name, They're producers on this channel, man. Producers.
Oh yeah.
Our channel members help us fantastically. Our patrons do. Anyone who buys a t-shirt really helps us. Even if you click on a link to buy something from our affiliate store, that massively helps as well.
Vegan Brit, thank you so much for the super chat.
Vegan Brit, thank you so much.
You've all been absolutely wonderful this evening. Lots more content coming up as always.
Because they are all wonderful.
Yeah.
We've got a damn good crew.
Got an amazing community. Thank you to our mods, of course, as always.
Thank you, Kelly Bobby and Lauren. You're awesome. You know we love you all. Right. I think that's it, isn't it?
You've been awesome. Love you, mister.
Love you too.
Mwah.
Love you lot. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. And until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other.